Welcome to English Stories Journey. Listen, relax, and grow your English with every story. Have you ever said yes and then immediately regretted it? Like when your friend asks, "Can you help me move this weekend?" And suddenly you're carrying a fridge up 3 flights of stairs? Yeah, me too. Or your boss says, "Can you work this weekend?" And your brain is screaming, "No!" But somehow your mouth says, "Yes." Oops. Or maybe you agreed to babysit your neighbor's cat, and then realized the cat actually hates you. Why do we do this to ourselves? Here's the truth. Every time you say yes to something you don't really want, you are actually saying no to yourself. And that's why today we'll learn the most powerful, stress-saving, life-changing word in English. It's short, it's simple, and it only has 2 letters. N-O. Let's imagine something for a moment. You wake up on Monday morning. You feel tired, but you have a big smile because you think, "Today will be good. I can handle everything." Then your phone rings. It's your friend. "Hey, can you help me move my furniture this weekend?" You say, "Sure, no problem," even though you already have plans to relax and maybe watch your favorite show. Later, your boss sends an email. "Can you finish this extra project by tomorrow?" You say, "Yes, of course," even though your main tasks are already hard to finish. Then another friend calls. "We are going to a party tonight. Will you come?" You say, "Yes, I'll be there," even though you just want to stay home and rest. Sounds familiar? If it does, you are not alone. Many people say yes too often. At first, it seems nice. You're polite, helpful, and kind. People like you because you are always ready to help. But the truth is, saying yes too often can create big problems.
The first problem is stress. When you say yes to everything, your life becomes full of tasks, full of responsibilities, full of other people's problems. Imagine carrying 10 shopping bags in each hand. It is heavy, right? Saying yes to too many things is like carrying those 10 heavy bags all the time. You feel tired, worried, and sometimes even frustrated. Stress affects your health, too. It can give you headaches, make it hard to sleep, or even make your body weak. You might think, "It's just a small thing, I can handle it." But small yeses add up. After a few weeks or months, it can feel like a mountain is on your shoulders. Another problem is lack of time. When you agree to everything, your schedule is always full. There is no free time for yourself. Let's say you have only 2 hours in the evening to relax, read a book, or watch your favorite show. But because you said yes to helping your friend, you spend those 2 hours moving furniture. Or you said yes to an extra task at work, so your evening is gone. Time is something we cannot get back. Every yes to someone else is a no to yourself. If you do not learn to say no, your time is gone before you even notice it. A third problem is feeling used. Sometimes people start to expect that you will always say yes. They might ask for help, not because they really need it, but because they know you will say yes. For example, a coworker always asks you to do small tasks for them. At first, it feels fine. You like to help. But after some time, you realize you're doing more work than them. They get the benefits, and you get tired. Or a friend always calls you for advice or help, but never helps you when you need it. You may feel frustrated or even sad. Saying yes too much can make you feel like people take advantage of your kindness. Finally, always saying yes can make you lose control of your life. Life is like a car. If you are driving, you decide the direction, speed, and stops. But if you say yes to everything, it is like giving the steering wheel to everyone else. They decide where you go, and you just follow. For example, you want to go on vacation next month, but your friend wants to go somewhere else, and you say yes. Now your plan is gone. Or you want to spend a quiet evening at home, but you agree to go to a party. Again, you lost control of your time. When you lose control, it is easy to feel unhappy or frustrated. You might think, why is my life always like this? Or I never have time for myself.
Saying yes all the time is like putting your own life on hold. You spend your energy, time, and strength for other people. You forget about yourself, your needs, and your happiness. But there is good news. You can change this. You can learn to say no politely, without hurting others. You can protect your time, reduce stress, and feel better every day. The first step is understanding why saying yes too much is a problem. Now you know it brings stress, it steals your time, it can make you feel used, and it makes you lose control of your life. Now that we understand the problems of saying yes too often, let's talk about the solution: saying no. At first, saying no can feel difficult. Many people think it is rude or selfish, but the truth is very different. Saying no is not rude. It is powerful, smart, and healthy. The first power of no is protecting your time and energy. Your time is limited. You cannot do everything. Saying no allows you to save your energy for the things that really matter to you. For example, your friend asks you to help move furniture. You are tired and have your own plans. Saying no allows you to rest and do what you enjoy. Your boss asks you to take an extra task that is not urgent. Saying no gives you time to finish your main work without stress. Every no is like putting on a protective shield. It stops people from taking your time and energy away. Saying no also shows that you respect yourself. It means you care about your needs, your feelings, and your health. People notice when you value yourself, and they often respect you more. For example, if you say yes to everything, people may think you are weak or too easy to control. If you say no politely but firmly, people understand that you have limits. They respect your choices. Self-respect is important because it makes you feel confident and happy. Saying no is one of the easiest ways to protect it. Another power of no is that it makes your yes more meaningful. When you say yes only when you truly want to, it becomes special. People feel your sincerity, and you feel good about helping or participating. For example, imagine your friend asks you for help. If you always say yes, your yes becomes normal, and people may not appreciate it. But if you say no sometimes, and yes only when you really can help, your yes becomes more valuable. People feel that you really care.
Saying no reduces stress and anxiety. When you say yes to too many things, your brain becomes overloaded. You think about all the tasks, plans, and favors you need to do. This creates stress. Saying no allows your mind to relax. You can focus on fewer tasks and do them better. You feel lighter, calmer, and more in control of your life. It's like clearing a crowded desk. When everything is on your desk, you feel overwhelmed. When you remove some papers, the desk is clean and you can work comfortably. Finally, saying no gives you control over your life. Life is short, and you should spend it doing things that make you happy, healthy, and proud. Saying no helps you focus on what really matters to you. For example, you may want to learn a new skill, read books, travel, or spend time with family. Saying no to unnecessary yeses gives you time for these important things. You can choose your priorities and follow your dreams without always being pulled in different directions. Saying no. It sounds simple, right? But for many of us, it feels hard. We worry that saying no will upset someone, or maybe we feel guilty. But here's the good news. You can say no politely, kindly, and confidently. And it's easier than you think. Sometimes the best way to say no is with a few words. Short, polite, and clear. You can say things like that you're sorry, that you cannot, or that you have other plans. For example, when a friend asks for help moving furniture over the weekend, you can politely say that you already have plans and cannot help. See? Polite, honest, and stress-free. Sometimes it helps to explain why you cannot say yes. Just a short reason is enough. You might say that you need to rest, that you are busy, or that you promised your family something. For instance, if a coworker asks you to finish a report today, you can explain that you cannot because you need to finish your current tasks first. A short explanation makes your no feel natural. But remember, you don't always need to explain. A polite no is often enough. Sometimes you want to help, just not right now. Offering an alternative is a nice way to say no without disappointing anyone. For example, you could tell a friend that you cannot meet today, but suggest meeting tomorrow instead. Or you might say that you cannot help move on Saturday, but you could help on Sunday. Sometimes you can't take a project, but you can still give some advice. This way, you are still helpful, but you protect your own time. Honesty is always the best policy. People respect honesty more than excuses. You can say that something doesn't work for you right now, that you cannot do it today or tomorrow, or that you need to say no this time. For example, when a boss asks if you can handle an extra project, you can explain that you cannot because you have other responsibilities that need attention. Being honest like this makes you feel strong, and people usually understand.
Like any skill, saying no gets easier with practice. Start small, and step by step, it becomes natural. You can begin by saying no to small favors you don't want to do. Practice short phrases in front of a mirror. You can even practice with friends or family. For instance, when you tell a friend that you cannot help today, most of the time, they will understand and accept it politely. You don't need a long story or lots of apologies. Over-explaining can make your no look weak. Instead of saying that you are really sorry, cannot help, have many things to do, and maybe could help next time, it is enough to say that you are sorry, but you cannot help this time. Short, clear, and polite. Your voice and body matter. Speak calmly. Smile if it feels natural. Avoid sounding nervous, angry, or guilty. For example, when someone asks you to join a trip this weekend, you can say calmly that you cannot go this time. Friendly tone and calm voice show confidence, and people will accept your no. This is important. You have the right to say no. You don't need to feel guilty. Protecting your time, your energy, and your happiness is your responsibility. Saying no is self-care. Many people want to say no, but they feel afraid. These fears are normal. The good news is, you can overcome them. Let's talk about the most common fears and how to handle them. Fear of hurting others. Sometimes, we worry that saying no will make someone sad or angry. We think it is better to say yes even if we don't want to. But here's the truth. Honesty is better than a fake agreement. If you say yes when you don't mean it, you might feel frustrated, tired, or even angry later. And the other person may notice that your yes is not real. It is better to say no politely and kindly. You can explain that you cannot help, or just give a simple, polite no. Most people understand when you are honest. For example, if a friend asks for help and you don't have time, saying that you cannot help this time is better than pretending to be available. Your honesty protects your feelings and respects theirs. Fear of losing friends. Some people worry that saying no will make their friends upset or leave them. But real friends respect your no. They understand that you have limits and they value your honesty. A true friend does not want you to feel stressed or uncomfortable just to help them. In fact, friends often appreciate it when you are clear and honest. For example, if you cannot join a party or help with a task, a real friend will understand and not judge you. Saying no does not mean losing friends, it means respecting yourself and letting others respect you too. Fear is normal, but it should not control you. Saying no does not hurt people, does not make you lose friends, and does not cause conflict if you are polite and calm. In fact, saying no honestly often makes relationships stronger because people see that you respect yourself and them. Remember, every polite no is a step toward a happier, calmer, and more balanced life. Now, think about this. When was the last time you said yes, but really wanted to say no? How would your life be different if you had said no? Take a moment to think about it. And if you want, start practicing today. Say no politely to one small thing. Notice how it feels. Notice how much better it makes your day. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and share your experiences. Tell us, what is one thing you will say no to this week? Your story could help someone else learn the power of no too. Remember, saying no is not rude. Saying no is smart, healthy, and powerful.